Hello everyone. Welcome back to another fresh video of ModTech automation. In this video, we will talk about the role of database testing in software testing. Stay tuned and watch till the end. Let's get started. It does not matter whether it is a web, desktop or mobile, client-server, peer-to-peer, enterprise, or individual business, the database is required everywhere at the back end. In the same way, for the applications with a high frequency of transactions, for example, banking or finance application, the necessity of a fully featured DB tool is coupled. Nowadays, we have big data that is large and complex that the traditional databases can't handle them. What is database testing? Database testing is a type of software testing that checks the schema, tables, triggers, etc. It also checks data integrity and consistency. It may involve creating complex queries to load, stress test the database and check its responsiveness. The objective of database testing is: firstly, ensure data mapping. It checks whether the fields in the user interface or front-end forms are mapped consistently with the corresponding fields in the database table. Second is, ensure asset properties of transactions. Every transaction a database performs has to stick to these four properties: atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Third is, ensure data integrity. The updated and the most recent values of shared data should appear on all the forms and screens. And lastly, ensure the accuracy of the business rules. Complex databases leads to complicated components like relational constraints, triggers, and stored procedures. Now discuss the database testing attributes. Most important is transactions. Transactions mean the access and retrieval of the data. After that, triggers. When a certain event occurs in a certain table, a trigger is auto-instructed to be executed. And database schema, it is the design or the structure of the organization of the data in the database. And finally, the procedures, it is the collection of the statements or functions governing the transactions in the database. Let's talk about database testing process. To perform database testing, we should follow these 5 steps. The first step is the test environment setup. Database testing starts with setting up the testing environment for the testing process to be carried out in order to get a good quality testing process. The second step is the test scenario generation. After setting up the test environment, test cases are designed for conducting the test. Test scenarios involve the different inputs and different transactions related to the database. The third step is execution. Execution is the core phase of the testing process in which the testing is conducted. It is based to the execution of the test cases designed for the testing process. The fourth step is analysis. Once the execution phase is ended, then all the process and the output obtained is analyzed. It is checked whether the testing process has been conducted properly or not. And finally, the fifth step, log defects. Log defects are also known as report submitting. In this last phase, the tester informs the developer about the defects found in the database of the system. Some common misconceptions related to database testing. Number 1. It requires experts to carry out database testing. Number 2. The process of database testing is lengthy. Number 3. It adds extra work bottlenecks. Number 4. It slows down the overall development process. Number 5. It is a highly costly process. Basically,